Hey y'all, it's Amanda with Tap Mom and the Bake Brigade. Hope everybody's having a good Saturday, December 2nd. This day 2 of my Advent. And my Advent is seashells that my good friend Amy over at Hooked on Wishing Crochet sent me this beautiful seashell Advent. And today's, and I'm going to bring you a little closer. And so today's Advent is this beautiful spiral looking, and you can see that once upon a time there was a creature that lived in there, and it's kind of a light greenish in color, like an olive green sort of. And so let me grab the box and I'll read about it to you. And as promised, I was a little bit better prepared today. So this one is called a Turbo Imperialis, a large seashell with a conical shape. That's the little spiral looking thing there, and a glossy surface. Turbo Imperialis is herbivorous, feeding on algae and something else, plants basically. The shell is highly valued for its unique appearance, and it's often used in crafts and jewelry. There we go. So its food source would be plants and algae. So that's pretty neat. That's a good thing to know. So thank you, Amy, once again for my beautiful seashell Advent. I'm really tickled to get to go through all these beautiful seashells, and it's the most unique of Advents, I think. It's been one of those kind of days. It's been up and down. I've had this little nagging headache that doesn't seem to want to part. It's sinus related, I think, because our weather here in Louisiana is going from cold to warm. Cold to warm. Today was a 70-degree day. A few days ago, it was in the 40s. So, yeah. And so my sinuses are going, why are you doing this to me? So I've taken sinus medicine when I first got up, like 9-something this morning, and then about 30 or so minutes ago. So if I look a little flushed, it's because, well, I probably have a little bit of a fever, because, well, that's what happens when your body tries to fight something off, and that's what it's doing. I also just took a multivitamin. And this goes to part of the gastric bypass surgery is that since I'm not eating, regular meals, I'm not on solid food as of yet, and I can't eat everything I used to eat that I used to get all my vitamins and nutrients from, and I cannot absorb, my body doesn't absorb vitamins and stuff like it used to, so now I have to take vitamin supplements the rest of my life. Plus, if I don't, and I don't get the proper, vitamin replacement going, then I could lose my hair in a few months, and that would really upset me very much. It happens to quite a few people that don't take the advice of the doctor and take vitamins. So I did get some vitamin patches. Yeah, I got one right here, but I keep forgetting to do those. So I was like, well, I just need to get some regular vitamins. And I remember him saying that specifically that they needed to have iron in them. And so when John and I, my youngest son John, and I went grocery shopping today, I specifically went over to find a multivitamin with iron in it. And it took me a minute because I was like, all these and then on top of it, like, a lot of the multivitamins have gone to this gummy situation. Gummies here and gummies there. And of course, all these gummies have sugar in them. And I was like, and I can't tolerate sugar anymore, which happens a lot with people with gastric bypass. It makes you nauseous. Sugar just makes you nauseous. And I have started carrying a nausea medicine pill in my wallet, just in case I accidentally ingest something that maybe I just didn't carefully look at the ingredients or something. I accidentally ingest something that has sugar in it and become nauseous while I'm out. So I have started carrying a nausea medicine pill. It's a dissolvable little nausea thing that is prescribed to me. And they come in these little foil pill things. You just peel it and put it on your tongue, and within minutes, you're fine. So I just started carrying one with me for just in case. But this is just a Walmart brand of multivitamin. I think I paid about $8 for 100 of these. So, and I was a little bit worried about the size of the pill, and they're kind of big, but I just took one and I swallowed it just fine. So this is, let's see if I can show y'all. That's about the size of the pill. So it's substantial, but I was able to get it down. So I was thinking I was going to have to break it in half and swallow one half at a time, but I didn't have to. I was able to take it. So I'm grateful for that. And let's see, that's the main thing. Well, I just got, groceries and, personal items from the store today as far as that goes. But I did get something in the mail today that I ordered for myself. And I'm going to blame this on Teresa over there at Critters Crochet. Because I was watching a video of her and something she had ordered from Ophir, O-P-H-I-R-E company. And she had ordered like a hook holder or something from there. And I had looked into them before, and so I had their website bookmarked on my Google Chrome on my phone. And so when she mentioned them, I just went ahead and just clicked over just to go look at their website. And they kind of had a little sale going on, and it was my first order, so I got a little discount too. And I ordered me a hook. Because they didn't look the same as the Furls hooks. They do have a little bit of a longer shaft, but not too bad. Not as long as the Furls hooks. And y'all know what color I got, right? But crazy part is this is one of their birthstone hooks, but it's a December birthstone. But apparently December birthstone is turquoise. So this is what I got. And I did crochet with it a little bit, and I can use it. So it's going to take me a little getting used to because of this really pointy end here. It's super pointy, and I'm not used to really super pointy. I'm used to my tulips and my clovers because I've currently been using, where is it? There it is. I usually, see, this is my tulip Etimo. Yeah, it's just a pink tulip. So this is a 6.0. This is a 6 millimeter, and you see how that's it's somewhat pointy at the end, but not nearly as pointy as this. Very, very pointy. And this is like a tapered inline hybrid. Okay, it's very similar to the clover, but there's very subtle differences between the tulip and the clover. Very subtle differences, but I can use them interchangeably with no problem. This just happened to be the 6 millimeter I grabbed when I started my, latest cardigan that I will show you. Anyway, this one was $14 plus shipping and tax. So I'm out about $20, $19 and change. So it's not too bad. I was okay with that because it's turquoise and it's really beautiful. But I think this is really beautiful. And the fact that I was actually able to use it is even better. Because I have like 3 different Furls hooks that I bought a couple of years ago. And I can't use none of them. I can't use any of them. So, and they're the resin hooks. They're beautiful resin hooks, but I can't use them. I only hold on to them for the fact that my son gifted them to me. He gave me the money to order them for myself. And I consider them a gift from my oldest son, and that's why I hold on to them. That's why I hold on to them. Not because I can use them, but because they were a gift. And he could care less about my crochet stuff. But when I was oohing and ahhing over them, and he saw that I really wanted them, he made sure I got them. And so that's why they're special to me. But I really like this. I'm going to, I think this would probably be good. I'm going to break out Will's blanket that I've been working on for him. And I think it'll be good with that yarn. I think it'll be good with the Premier yarn that I'm using with his blanket. I'm going to go fetch that out of the living room later tonight and see about checking it out on that. I will report back. But I'm using some Hobby Lobby yarn for this cardigan that I started last night. And it was okay. It was doable, but I couldn't get up any speed with it because I'm not used to it. And I like to work some speed. I like to get a good clip going, a little fluid motion, and really get going with it. Also, I did find some sugar-free juice, which is Minute Maid Mango Passion. And the boys have strict orders not to touch it, that it's mine. And that's what's in here. It's Minute Maid Mango Passion, 0 sugar. Do y'all have any idea how hard it is to find a 0 sugar juice? It is very difficult. I never in a million years would have thought that would have been hard to find, but it was very hard to find. And you can't, there is no, and as of, well, today at the Walmart on Uri, here in Shreveport, I couldn't find an orange juice that didn't have sugar in it. I'm like, what kind of people? The orange juice industry don't understand that there are people out here in the world that can't tolerate sugar that still need orange juice. Because that's how I fight off illnesses when the cold weather starts turning. I just start drinking orange juice and eating oranges. And that typically will boost my immune system up enough that I don't get sick. So every year I do that. Every year because here lately in the last week or so, I've been starting to get a runny nose for no apparent reason. So all of a sudden my nose will be runny. And I'm like, what the heck's going on? So now that when I start noticing that, I'm like, well, I need to get some oranges. I need to get some orange juice. Can I get any sugar-free orange juice? Nope. So I can only have, between the vitamins and maybe this Mango Passion, maybe there's enough vitamin C. So vitamin C is how I fight off colds and stuff. And this juice is tart. I like it, but it's a bit on the tart side. I know they use sugar to sweeten things, but that's a bit on the tart side. And I don't know how much of it I'll drink because of that. I'm not a big fan of tart things. And guess what else came in the mail today? A jury summons. To me. I looked at this envelope and I said, what is the sheriff sending me? I ain't done nothing wrong. Ever in my life have I done anything that the sheriff needed to mail me something? Never. And so when I opened it and it said jury summons, I was like, phew, someone else did something wrong. It wasn't me. So I got to fill out a questionnaire and see it, and then send that back, and then they'll let me know if I for sure have to come do jury duty. So I think once I put on there that I'm a YouTuber, that'll probably disqualify me. So let's hope. I really don't want to be a juror over someone's. I don't want to sit in judgment over anybody. I just think that would be. I don't know. I don't like to be judgmental. I don't like anyone to sit in judgment over me, and I certainly don't want to be judgmental over anyone else. So even though occasionally I can be kind of judgy, but privately judgy, you know what I mean? There's a big difference in being privately judgy to yourself when there's no one else around and you're watching something and you're just like, oh, they said, da, 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 da. But that's to yourself. That's no one else is with you. You know, that's between yourself and God that you were judgy. You know, but that's a whole different ball game between, other people hearing what you said. That's your own private thoughts. Is a whole different ball game between you, you know, picking up the phone and telling your bestie, hey, did you see so-and-so? No, I don't do that. No, it's not good. So let's try not to be judgy. Try to give people the benefit of the doubt the best you can until they prove you otherwise. So, but I did start on Melody's cardigan last night, and so I'll show you the progress. And I'm using I Love This Yarn from Hobby Lobby, and this is I Love This Yarn print. The color is Dakota. Yeah, I actually have a nephew named Dakota. I don't see or speak to him, but I do. He's 32. He's the oldest grandchild. He was born 7 months before William. Yep. And so I'm also using I Love This Yarn in the color Burnt Pumpkin. Isn't that beautiful? Oh, that's a beautiful color. I really do like it. And it's so squishy. Oh, the yarn is so good on the hook. Oh my gosh. Get you some. If you can get some. Okay, this is the other half of the cardigan. Because what I do when I do, especially these solid stitch cardigans, I start both of them at the same time with the color. I'll do, when I'm doing a 2-color one like I am now, I'm using a solid color and a variegated color. And I'll do the solid color first, and I'll do 4 rows of the solid color, and then and I'll create both halves, you know, 4 rows and then 4 rows, and then I'll tuck my ends in, and then I'll get my variegated color and do a whole skein of the variegated color on one half, and then a whole skein of the variegated on the other half, and then I go back and do 4 more rows of my solid color, and then 4 more rows of the solid color on the other half, and then go back to, you know, just kind of until I get it where I want it. So, and with this one, I'm actually modifying the sleeves as I go. And I'll describe to you how I do that. Let's see here. I'm going to have to put that on the floor because that yarn is still attached. But this is where we are so far. That Dakota is working up so pretty. So pretty! So, oh, wait a minute. I don't think it's folded properly. Hold on. Now, when I do the decreases on the sleeves, it does, and I will demonstrate that to y'all at some point. It makes, your hexagon is going to look weird. You're still going to have your 6 points, but part of it is going to look, your 6 points are going to be really close together, because that's how you know that's your sleeve. And then when you fold it together like so, your sleeve's already going to be tapered. And so you just fold it like so, and see, I've already got my tapered sleeve. And that's because every round I do a 3 together double crochet in the same spot. And so how I do that is when I get to, like, when you're in your first, when you do your first round, you do your regular first round, like you would any other hexagon granny square, okay, with your 3 double crochets, chain 2, 3 double crochets, chain 2, until you get your 5 points. It's almost the same. It's the same as doing a regular granny square, only you have 6 corners, excuse me, 6 corners instead of 4. And so when you get your 6 corners, and you have all 6 corners, then you're going to go like, you know, when you do the solid stitch. And then when you get to that 3rd corner, right after that 3rd corner, that's when you do those 3 stitches, 3 double crochets together. I'm gonna have to slide a tutorial in here. I'll be right back, and I'm just gonna record a quick little something and show y'all what I mean, because it's really hard to describe. And so I'm gonna cut here, and then I'll go record something and pop it in here and show you what I mean, okay? Okay, I hope I can show this enough. I'm not great at tutorials. Okay, so what I've done is I've got my hexagon here. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 corners, okay? So what I do my join here, and then I slip stitch across those stitches, and I get to this point, okay? Because I don't do like a turn your work situation with mine. I just do slip stitches over to the next corner, and that's how I get. That's how I do mine. So what we're going to do is we're going to chain 3 here. 1, 2, 3. Then we're going to go back in here. Do that. We're going to move that over just a smidge, and then chain 2. And go back in here. Double crochet. Double crochet. That's 2. See, in your corner spaces, you're just going to double crochet twice, chain 2, double crochet twice, and then we're going to yarn over. And this little spot right there is your first stitch when you're doing a full stitch hexagon cardigan, okay? Don't forget that little stitch, otherwise you'll have a little gap each round and you'll be mad at yourself, okay? So don't miss that one. You're just going to double crochet, sorry, and then you'll go into, there we go. We're going to go right here, and then right there. And forgive me if I get out of frame, because I'm not used to. And then we're coming to a corner again. So we got double crochet, chain 2, 2, and 2 more double crochets, and 2 more double, and another one. All right, and then we got that little gap right there, and that is actually a stitch. So we're going to do that again. Okay, and right here, and one more. All right, now this is where we need to pay attention. So we got with the decrease in the stitches, it comes after the 3rd corner, okay? So this is your 1st corner, this is your 2nd, and this would be your 3rd. So you're going to go ahead and work this corner, but then your double crochet 3 together is going to be right here. And I'll show you that right after this corner. And double crochet, chain 2, and 2 more double crochets. Okay, and so this is where the tricky part comes in, okay? So you got your stitch here, and then these 2 right here, all right? So that's where you do that at. So you're gonna pull in here, and then you're just gonna go through your first 2 loops, and then you're gonna hold, and then you're gonna go to the next one, and then you're gonna yarn over and go through the first 2 loops, and then hold. And then one more, you're going to go through this one, pull up, go through the first 2 loops, and then do like this. And then you're going to yarn over one more time, and then go through all those loops, if it'll cooperate with you. Mine don't want to do that. There we go. And we got all that like that. That's your decrease right there, okay? And then you're going to go right into this next corner space, and that anchors everything. Chain 2, and you're just going to repeat all the way back around and just continue to do the full stitch all the way back to the other side. And what helps best, and let me grab a stitch marker, what'll help you know where you're doing your decrease at is to go right here at this decrease. Let me see if I can show it to you, because it's going to look different, but it takes a little while for it to really show. It takes a few rounds for you to really notice the difference. So what I usually do is I take a stitch marker and I hook it right into my little decrease stitch, and I leave it there for the duration of my project. Every row, I move my stitch marker up, because that lets me know that's where my decrease is. Okay? And so what you'll see is these two corners are just going to be close together. That's because when you go to fold that over, that's going to be your sleeve. And so it's going to be okay that those two corners are close together, you know, because that's forming your sleeve. And I know we all want our work to be, you know, to lay flat, but this is not going to lay completely flat for you for a little while. It's going to look wonky because, well, that's just how it's going to be. But here's your corner space again. Remember, this is not a normal granny stitch cardigan. This is a full stitch cardigan. So you're not going to do 3 double crochets here in the corners. You're only doing 2, and then chain 2, and then, you know. So we're going to get here, and I'll show you how to do my join. And of course, if I go too fast, there's that little slow down option with the settings. There we go. That's that last corner. Chain 2. See, I am not perfect. I do get ahead of myself sometimes. And there we go, back again. All right. And see, we're right. This is where it gets a little sketchy, because right here, you don't really have proper stitches, so you're going to have to just kind of wing this here and just go and force your way into this. For some reason, this is always difficult, but you just have to make a way. So and that's going to be pretty much the same, because you got your you know, your starting chain and everything that's right there. And so it kind of does make it a little difficult. But what I do here is I just, I'm not at a real good angle to show that to you, but I just go up here and I just do my slip stitch right there. And then I slip stitch one more, and I'm right back in my corner space. So that's round 2, and you got that little decrease starting, and you'll see when every round you go, it'll be clear which 3 stitches to do, because they won't look like the other stitches. They'll look a little stretched out and a little different than all your other stitches. Will be nice and tight, or, you know, smaller, but those decrease stitches will look a little stretched out, and they'll look different. So as each round progresses, those stitches are going to look a little bit different than the rest of your stitches on that round. So it'll be pretty obvious which stitches you need to grab for the double crochet 3 together. So, but you're going to do that same move, that same decrease every single round of your project on both sides of your cardigan. And when you do that, that will keep you from having to do a bunch of, you know, finagling and decreasing when you put your cardigan together. All you'll have to really do is seam up the shoulders and you know, do a cuff on your sleeve, and that's it. You won't have to do a whole lot of, you know, decreasing at the sleeve and everything. It takes a lot of guesswork out of it, because even now you could, you know, fold this and you'll see. So, you know, it takes a few rounds for you to really see the cardigan part of it. But hopefully this explains a little bit about the decrease that I do to make the sleeves show up properly. If y'all have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask them in the comments. Thank you. I'll get back to the regular video now. All right, so I'm back. Hopefully that was a good enough explanation as to the sleeve decreases that I do on the cardigan I'm doing. I probably should have did that when I did Serena's cardigan, but for some reason I didn't. But I think I didn't do that because I was worried about making hers too big, because she's a 1X, but Melody's more closer to my size, so it'll be a little easier doing it this way for her, because I can kind of size it for, you know, like I'm making it for me, and you know, use myself as the model and everything, so it'll be a little easier to get her size right. But I was worried about making it too big, and you know, and everything for Serena, so that's probably why I didn't do it that way. But anyway, that's the sleeve decreases, and why, you know, when I put it together, I won't have a lot of issues with the sleeves as far as that goes. All I'll have to do is do a little, you know, single crochet around them to, you know, kind of get them more even, and to even them out, and then do a, you know, whatever cuff I try to put on them. So that'll take a lot of work toward the end of the project off of me, because I'm doing it all when I do the rounds. So those little 3 decrease stitches on each round take a lot of work off the end of the project, actually. So and I actually learned that move in a cardigan tutorial where the girl uses 7-weight yarn. So I just kind of modified it for 4-weight yarn when I saw the video last year, and I did both boys' sweaters like that. Will never wears his, but Johnny wears his. Johnny's sweater ended up being really long, so I'm eventually going to redo Johnny's sweater. I got the Hirschner's Heather's yarn over here to redo Johnny's sweater. But Will, I'm not worried about redoing Will's sweater, because he never wore the pullover. He had me seam the front of his up so that it would be a pullover sweater. But he never wore it. Not even around the house, he never wore it. But Johnny wears his in public and everything. He's not ashamed. He's my sweet boy. But anyway, I'm gonna go, I guess, and get to work on this cardigan, and I'm gonna watch some CSI New York. I know it's an old show, but I get comfort from watching old stuff. It's relaxing to me to watch something I've watched before, and with characters I'm familiar with. It's just it's relaxing, and I like shows like that. What I always say, I'm a cop show junkie, forensic show junkie. I love that kind of stuff. True crime sometimes too. I just finished watching a like a 4-part series on a true crime show about a guy that was killing people in the national forest in North Carolina, Florida, and I forget where else they had him, but he's, you know, locked up in Florida on death row. So but they don't even know how many people he killed. So, but not that I would go hiking by myself, but that's what he was doing. He was getting people that were hiking by themselves. But it was really interesting to see how they managed to catch him and put him away forever. And we can thank God for that, because, you know, he had a hand in all that. But anyhow, I hope y'all enjoy the rest of your night. I'm going to try to enjoy the rest of mine. I'm going to have to go find something to eat, because that might be part of my headache. I haven't really eaten much today, except for these here new snacks that I found. Veggie Puffs. They are French onion. Sour cream and onion. But they're puffs. When I saw them, I was like, is that like a healthy snack in a puff? So, yeah. And they really do just melt in your mouth. So, I'm not even, like, breaking the rules by eating these, you know, because they just melt in your mouth. There's no, you know, there's no big amount of chewing you have to do. So, and they're addictive. Just a little bit. Just a little addictive. But I had to make sure to keep them up from the dogs because they will eat all of them. But yeah, I got a new snack I can eat and I'm thrilled. So, go lay down, boo. You can see Axel down here. See if I can get this to bend down there. There, well, there's part of him in my dirty house. Sorry about that. I'm using this other tripod, this taller one. Oh boy, y'all just getting to see all kinds of stuff. But anyhow, I need to wrap this up and try to go eat. Maybe I can get rid of the rest of this headache. But I do love y'all, and so does Jesus. And please remember to adopt, don't shop. Your best friend's waiting on you at the shelter or the rescue. Or he could just be laying on your bed, feet away from you. See y'all tomorrow. Bye now.